What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Mercury in the jungle. And oh man, the new masks are out. We gotta talk about them. I've done some testing, and we'll kind of see about that in a second. But first, I want to give a skin code away. So, just like last time, I'm going to play a clip of an ability. The first person to guess that god correctly wins a free skin code. And of course, here's that ability. That one is pretty distinct, and I hope y'all get that. Good luck to everybody. I am going to make it where you can only win, I'm going to say once every 2 or 3 months. I'll try to remember anyways, but yeah, that way it's a little more fair to everyone. So, guys, don't worry, the same person isn't just going to win every single one of them because, you know, hey, they might be at the right upload time. I'm going to give everybody, hopefully, a chance. Alright, enough about that. Let's get into this build now. I'm going to start out with Assassin's Blessing Katana. Katana is rank 1 of Hasten Katana, and then 1 mana potion, 1 healing potion. And then I'm going to build Warrior Tabby, Hasten Katana, Wind Demon, Deathbringer, Stone Cutting Sword, Blood Forge, and then I've got Aegis as well as beads for my relics. Next up, we have to go over his kit, and first up, we have the fastest god alive. For every 1 unit travel, Mercury gains 0.1% physical power bonus on his next basic attack, up to 50%. Mercury also gains additional physical power equal to 25% of his movement speed for items or abilities. His 1 is Made You Look. Mercury moves in the blink of an eye, dealing 1 melee attack to every enemy within a target area. Each hit may trigger an item effect for basic attacks and can critical hit. Made You Look does not trigger ability-related item effects, though, and it also does not trigger his passive, so you can use his 1, still close that gap, and then hit with the basic attack and get that massive burst of damage. Maximum Velocity is his 2, and it has both a passive and an active effect. The passive, Mercury just flat gains movement speed, but the active is Mercury increases his attack speed, cleanses himself of slows, and becomes immune to slows for the duration. And this is awesome. If you've got a lot of gods that have a lot of slow type effects, this is a great ability to use because boom, you can get out of there. Special Delivery is his 3. Mercury dashes forward, knocking aside minions and grabbing the first enemy god he encounters, spinning around them. The enemy god takes damage until the effect ends, and Mercury throws the god in the direction of his choice. And guys, I see a lot of people mess this ability up. You throw that god in the direction you are facing. So if you want to throw him towards your team, face your team. If you want to throw him away from your team, you know, definitely just throw it in the opposite direction. So you do have some control over where you throw that target. Lastly, we have his passive, Sonic Boom. Mercury gathers energy for a powerful dash, with the range extending as long as he kind of channels it. He travels the distance faster than the speed of sound, dealing damage to all enemies, stunning them, and spinning them around in a random direction. Now, the damage is pretty good on this. At max level, it's 500 and scales 100%, so it's a pretty decent amount of damage, but you also get that stun. You can follow your ultimate up with your 3 and, you know, and then hit your 1 while you're using your 2. If you use your full kit on somebody, they're going to be dead. So, Mercury, he's by far one of my favorite gods. Alright, of course, now we've got to talk those Bumba masks. Luckily, this is a long match, guys, so we've got plenty of time to talk about this stuff, but I had to test out this Bumba's mask, and when you think movement speed and power equal kind of the same thing, you think Mercury. That's what Mercury does. So I'm thinking it'd work great on him, and I was pretty underwhelmed by it whenever I actually played a game with him. You know, sure, you fly around the map, but I wanted to test this. So I went into jungle practice, and I tested these things out. Now, I'll probably do a picture-in-picture so you can actually see the numbers and the build and everything like that. Now, I might put some text above it or something like that, just because this is kind of more technical. But the build that the kind of core build that I use is Hasten Katana, Warrior Tabby, Wind Demon, Deathbringer, and Blood Forge. That's a pretty solid build, and that's usually what I go for with Mercury, but I'm going to switch out Stone Cutting Sword for Bumba's mask, and then I do kind of a control test where I don't try it, I just use 5 items. So, For those first 5 items, the ones that I mentioned earlier, my 1 hits for 231 damage, and my basic attacks without stacking my passive hit for 196, 147, and 245. Now, when you crit with those, they hit for 452, 339, and 565. Now, remember, this is with just 5 items, and your movement speed is 512. This is, of course, at level 20, and next up, I tested with the build that I normally go, so Stone Cutting Sword. And with the Stone Cutting Sword, your 1 hits for 251, so a 20 damage increase. Your basic attacks hit for 264, 183, and 330, which is a significant increase. And the crits on those are 637, 456, and 797. So a huge damage increase. And your movement speed is 535, so a little bit of a movement speed increase, and of course that's just with the item. That's not with anything proc except for the Wind Demon proc. Lastly, we have to test out the Bumba's Mask, and your 1 hits for 224, so less than it hit for with just 5 items, and your basic attacks hit for 204, 153, and 255. But your crits are 469, 352, and 586, so really just about 20 damage more on your basic attacks with 6 items, and actually 10 damage less on your 1. Your movement speed is 70 faster though, so at 583 with nothing proccing, that is insane amount of movement speed, and you can absolutely fly around the map. But this is kind of where I ran into my issue with Mercury. You take 10% extra damage, you're doing less damage than you normally would, and you're taking more damage than you normally would. And so it doesn't feel great. Mercury has never really had an issue keeping up with gods, with his 3, his ult, and his 2 all giving him just an insane amount of movement speed already. Being able to just absolutely fly around the map, it's kind of, yeah, I mean, it works, but it doesn't really feel there's a need to. And with it, the Bumba's Mask not really working as well with his passive as I thought it would, I can honestly say I think it's a waste of gold to actually put this item on Mercury. Let me know how many of y'all have played with the mask. The tank mask makes tanks like one-shot people, which is kind of crazy. But the other 2 masks, I don't know. I feel they're kind of underwhelming to me, especially since you're trading damage for, well, you're making yourself much weaker. And if you're playing that damage-dealing god like an ADC or Mercury, where your damage is all about those crits, your crits are going to be insane lower because, it's 20% lower, really, because, your main damage is 10% lower. So really, I'm just not a huge fan of the mask right now, but we'll see as time goes on. We'll definitely have to try them out a little bit more. But as far as the testing, those are the actual numbers, guys, and you can definitely see there is a huge advantage to having the just regular Stone Cutting Sword build, and there's almost an advantage to not putting it on other than being able to run really fast. Alright, enough about the mask. Let me know what y'all think about them. Like I said, I'm just not super impressed, but let's get into this gameplay. So, we've started off pretty strong. We had that very careless death on Neath earlier, and, that was just a pain. And then we actually tried to ult her a minute ago, and I don't know why she dodged the way she did. That was weird. I thought she was going to go into the tower, yeah, she definitely juked me there, but she juked me to her death. But no big deal. We head to our solo lane, and Kuzimbo, we're able to take him out. And you can see I'm hanging out here. Our Giannis is showing up, so I'm thinking, okay, I can grab a stun onto somebody. We'll be able to take him out, and I didn't even need to grab that stun. With him coming in from the side like that, we were able to take him out. I'm going to go ahead and Aegis that Neath ult, but I did get behind Giannis, so if it hit anybody, it would hit him over me, and sure enough, I don't know if my Aegis stopped it or if he absorbed it. I'm pretty sure he did. What, you know, awesome. We're able to avoid that ult, which might have been enough to kill me. And then we pick up our blue. We're gonna just kind of do a few little jungle things, go over, head to yellow, and then head back to base. You know, we've started off very, very strong. It's 18-6 right now. My team is just doing work. Now, once I pick up my yellow, I'm gonna just head back to tower, and, you know, of course, we're gonna get back to lane as quick as possible. And, you know, there's something going on in the solo lane. Let's head over there. You can see I'm getting my ult ready, but I decide, hey, you know, it's not the time to use it, and then I just go ahead and use it there. And we're gonna be able to take out Kronos, and then we end up taking out Niza as well. You know, everybody's just so low right here, and I'm gonna be able to just take a few tower hits and actually take out Kuzimbo right there, and then I'm gonna dip out. You know, I don't want to deal with Neith, but since Ra showed up, I'm going, hey, maybe we can take her out, but we're just kind of waiting for something to happen. You know, she has got me a little bit lower, and I'm just gonna back off. Let's just get out of here. She might actually be able to kill me, especially if she has an ult. So let's dip out. Let's not worry about that. Now from here, I've got to head to my duo lane. You can see it's being pushed, and let's go ahead and get it pushing in the right direction, get it set up. I'm going to go ahead and help drop purple, and then we drop red. Now, guys, I don't need red. I've got a huge lead right now. I don't need to pick up red. Let's give that to someone that actually needs it. Now, Shibalanke is chasing Ra. I'm going to hopefully be able to save Ra, but I couldn't save him from that Neith ult, which, you know, hey, that's unfortunate. I go ahead and just dive and grab that Kuzimbo. You see that damage. I did have Aegis, so I was, you know, just a little bit overconfident. And then I'm going to try to dash through there. Now, I want to leave that fight. I don't want to be in that fight. And I was hoping a dash through there that would delay Niza a little bit with that stun, but you saw, you know, of course, his ult kicks him out. I was just hoping to time that just right, but we missed it. No big deal, but we did use our ult to leave that situation. Of course, we don't want to stay in that situation. I was just hoping to try to save someone's life. Now, with my Wind Demon online, guys, no one's going to be able to get away from me at all now. And we're just going to jump right into all this with me and Achilles here. We should be able to make something happen. And you saw, we like one-shot Kronos. There, Kuzimbo's trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to. And then Neith is here. If I can get my stun up. Oh, we're so close. She jumped out of it. Oh, even if she didn't jump out, I think we wouldn't have hit her anyways. But still, it feels bad, man. But no problem. You know, we're definitely making the plays happen. You know, diving in a 3v1 as a jungler is kind of insane, but you can really see we've gotten such a lead at this point. You know, easy peasy, guys. Alright guys, so we've got to talk about pushing towers, and this happens all the time. So, I think it's a good rule of thumb. Never push a T2 by yourself, but if you are going to push a T2 by yourself, make sure you have vision on the enemy team, and, you know, maybe have some wards up, or have some, you know, have a friend with you, but as an ADC, pushing up to a T2 when you don't have vision on a couple of the enemies, you know, that's just asking for trouble. Now, Niza does head over, and he's trying to outbox Mercury. Baby, you can't outbox Mercury. Like, Niza, without your ultimate, you ain't got nothing, baby. So, we're able to just absolutely delete him. You know, he is catching up to level with us. You know, he is level 12, but making plays like that, yeah, we're gonna have that advantage. You really need your ult. And, you know, if he did have his ult and I was, you know, with my Aegis down, he probably would have killed me. But, again, making those right decisions, and Mercury is not somebody that you want to go toe-to-toe with. Now, from here, I'm going to go ahead, drop oracles, and then I actually head to our mid lane. You know, I stand right here. Now, when the minions push up right there, they've got vision on me. You know, that I'm not hiding from anyone. And you can actually see Kuzimbo throws that at me. But I'm going to go ahead and dash through here. Once I down that turtle, I'm going to dash through, and then, you know, we aim ourselves at the wall so we don't go too far, and we're going to engage on this. Now, you saw we knew where Ra was, so that we knew we had help over here, and that's the only reason you would ever do something that risky. But, you know, hey, with all of our damage dealers here, we might be able to make something happen. You see that damage we're cranking out? Oh man, we're able to put some work on to Xbalanque and actually take him out, and we survive with 100 health. Oh. Sometimes those risky plays, oh man, they're worth it. But I've got to go ahead and get out of here. Rod does heal me up, but you know, it's much better to go back. Me being out of mana, being that low, let's not risk it. Let's head back, put on our stage 2 of Deathbringer, and then get back to it. Now from here, we're going to actually head over towards the Gold Fury. You know, maybe we can actually take it out. And, you know, I don't have any lifesteal, but since Raw did show up, we were able to take that out. I'm going to go ahead and ult in. We're able to get that stun onto Xbalanque, and then we follow up with that other stun. You know, he is dipping out, but we're able to take him out. Awesome, awesome play. You know, and you see where we're diving into the middle of just 3 damage dealers, not even worried about it, guys. Because again, we've got that lead. And the reason we've got that lead is because we are getting those successful ganks. We're not rotating unnecessarily, everything like that. You know, when we are making rotations, we're at least getting kills or getting farm from those rotations. And that's one thing that I think everybody should work on, me included. I'm not excluding myself from that, but making unnecessary rotations, like if you run halfway through the jungle and then just go, oh, I'm just gonna go stand back in my lane or something like that, you know, no, run through the jungle and go take out a camp, or, you know, go check those side camps, or, you know, whatever. Don't make a rotation if you're not getting farm, because yeah, it's only gonna hurt you. Now we end up heading over to Kronos, and oh man, oh, we're able to take him out. Nizal goes ahead and ults me, and you know, it hurts, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. Me and Giannis were able to take him out. Oh, we're hurting, guys. We are hurting so bad at this point, and you know, it's still pretty early in the game, but again, you know, we're at 15 kills. We've done a great job of farming. Now, after dropping that blue camp, I'm gonna get ready to head into this tower, and you can see we're gonna end up taking out Kuzimbo. And guys, if you saw, I chose how far I wanted to go with my ultimate. That's one thing I see a lot of newer Mercuries do. Well, they'll just charge it up all the way. Guys, try to charge it up to where you stop where you want to stop. You don't want to stop, you know, in the enemy's tower or something like that. You know, stop right next to that enemy, turn around, hit them with your 1 or your 3 or whatever, and you know that's great. And you can see, again, we're making the plays, guys. We're making the rotations. Unfortunately, our Giannis, you know, he stayed in on that just a little bit too long. I'm gonna head over there. You know, not worried about anybody. And you see that damage on Nizal? Oh man, we hit him for like half his health in one shot. That's great. Unfortunately, we're missing everything else. And with Xbalanque's stun coming up, you know, I need to get out. I've really got to get out. I'm gonna go ahead and Aegis just in case, and we're gonna continue to run. You know, you see I turn around and I'm able to crit both of them. I bet Nizal's at like half a health right now. Oh man, and once I hit him with that crit, they're like, nope, we're done. I really enjoy Mercury, guys. He's so much fun. Now, since we got both of them to back off, I'm gonna go ahead and continue pushing this lane, and then I'm gonna head over to mid lane. Look at this, Raw's healing me up. Oh, great. And we're gonna actually go into this mid lane tower, and you see I'm being super risky, but you know, I don't care at this point. And we're able to take out Nizal. Awesome, awesome. And then I'm actually going to ult through the tower, and the tower ends up taking me out. Oh, feels bad, man. I hit the side of that. I don't want to talk about it. Now, just like I said earlier about pushing towers alone, you know, Kronos and Neath kind of do the same thing here, and we're going to be able to take out that Neath, and then, you know, we're going to be able to one-shot Kronos. Like, oh man, we hit so hard, guys. We hit so hard right now. And, you know, with us really actually coming online, we've got our life steal now, so we could probably solo something like Fire Giant or whatever. But, you know, these type of games, just like when you play a game that you're at super disadvantage, at this type of game, these are really where you can push yourself and learn those kind of new things like, hey, I'm gonna dive this tower, let's see how long I can survive in this tower. So next time I get into this situation, I know, like, hey, just don't even attempt it. Because if you never really push those limits, if you never really try to do dumb things like that, you're never going to actually figure out how well you can perform with each god in the type of build that you have. And that's kind of exactly what I do here, where I'm just gonna go try to take out fire, and luckily my team does an amazing job of just keeping an eye on the map and figuring out what's going on, and boom, we're able to take that out. I didn't communicate that at all, guys. They're just doing a great job, and you can see just having that map awareness is absolutely huge. Now, Kuzubo is here, and oh, look at that, he gets away with nothing. Oh, feels bad, and, you know, we're gonna kind of keep pressure up in this solo lane, you know, kind of really push into this Phoenix. Hopefully we can get a split push going, and then I see, oh, wow, Neith is pushing our Phoenix over there, you know, and so let's head back and deal with her. Now, that's exactly what I'm going to end up doing there, and sure enough, we're able to take her out. You know, our Achilles is kind of just sticking in lanes. He's not really you know, showing up with the team, getting in those fights, and, you know, he is our front line, so I'm going to just take it upon myself to make plays happen, and that Xbalanque just got too far out there. You know, let's go ahead and do some work. Since I dove in, my team kind of followed me there, and we're going to end up going down here. Oh, feels bad. We did get a support kill, which definitely was not worth me dying, but hey, you know, that we're starting to do kind of just pushy plays, and I think we continue doing that for a while. Now, at this point in the match, you know, again, we're making those silly plays. I kind of want to get this match over with. You know, I don't want to stick around and let them catch up to us. Let's push this advantage. Let's take them out. You can see we hurt, guys. Neith doesn't stand a chance. We're able to take her out just easy peasy. And then Kronos, you know, I'm going to end up dropping their yellow, picking it up. And then Kronos actually shows up here, and we're going to be able to take out Kronos as well. You know, and we're just at such an advantage. We've got such, you know, a huge item lead, as well as, you know, we're 4 levels above him at this point. You know, we hurt. And then their Kuzumbo is here in the jungle with Opwash. You can see all our entire team is invading their side of the map. We just can't get a solid push going because, you know, our front line is just kind of staying in a lane instead of actually rotating to help out with these fights, because we need somebody that can engage. And again, I'm going to take that upon myself. So I'm just going to wait for the right opportunity to head in and let's try to make something happen. Oh, that raw ult. Oh, we're able to delete Xbalanque there. Great. You know, we got one of them down, and with Achilles slowly pushing that solo lane, maybe we can actually make something happen. But guys, one of the big issues is right here is we've got 3 mages. You know, me and Achilles are the only 2 that are really going to do a whole lot of structure damage, and Achilles is, you know, again, he's going to be our front line. He's going to be the guy that can take a hit, and he's not with the team. You know, you could argue, hey, you know, someone else needs to go push a lane. Nah, I completely agree. Someone else could push a lane, but at the same time, we are no longer in laning phase. We are in kill the enemy team and then kill the tower phase. And that's just not happening. And you can see Achilles is going to end up staying in on that tower, trying to take it out, and he ends up going down here. And, you know, that's just very unfortunate. But it's absolutely no problem. Once we spawn back in, we're actually going to head over towards our solo lane. You know, there's some things going on, and we're going to end up dashing that Kuzumbo. We end up taking him out, and I'm going to try to ult this Nizal. We just catch up to him. We're actually able to take him out as well. Oh, awesome play. You know, great job by Raw. Man, Raw's so tricky with just, he puts down that little healing sunbeam and spins around in circles, waits till his cooldowns come up. Oh, he's so tricky to get away from. But we're going to end up getting this lane pushing in the right direction. You know, you can see we've got a huge presence in mid. And again, our Achilles is still back at the base, but that's quite all right. You know, we've got a huge presence in mid. Maybe something can happen there, but I'm going to push into this Phoenix. If they can keep pressure up there, if I get 1 or 2 minions into this tower, I'm going to be able to take it out before the Phoenix can actually kill my minions, but yeah, it just doesn't happen. We're able to get a ton of damage off on that Xbalanque, but again, we're in that standstill state. There's nothing that I'm going to be able to do right there, so let's just peel off, and I'm going to try to make something happen. I didn't, again, that pot is my demise. It got me again, man. But you know, I really want to get this match wrapped up. You know, we're really just dragging something on that should be over with. But making these silly plays is not the way to do it. Now, hopefully, that's my last death, and let's head to our mid lane. We're just gonna dash over there, use that ult to get under tower. You know, Kuzumbo, he's tanking hits now, and guys, you can see that's why you want to push that advantage as someone like Mercury or really anybody. If you've got an advantage, and you know you hit max level, you get to max build, the only thing that will happen is the enemies get just as strong as you do, and so you want to push that advantage and try to end that match as quickly as possible. And you can see where we're taking them out, but with Kuzumbo getting some items online, you could see we weren't able to just one-shot him like normal. So really, you need to try to push those advantages, guys, because if they go away, it's again a balanced match, and the whole point of getting, you know, the whole point of farming and getting kills and things like that is to keep the enemy team unbalanced. But you also need that entire team effort. Luckily, most of our team is back in mid lane, and I'm going to go ahead and get this solo lane pushing, and if we can get it under tower, we should be good. And again, that's all I'm waiting for. I want my minions to get under that tower so we can do some work and actually take this thing out. Sure enough, once we get into tower, look at this, guys. We're hitting the tower for twice as hard as Achilles and twice as fast. So, you know, it's just crazy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and push this advantage. I want to take out Nizal. Oh, I don't like Nizal. So, well, I actually absolutely love Nizal. He's one of my favorite gods, but, you know, compared to Mercury, not so much. And I was thinking about ulting there. You know, I was going, and then I decided to turn around. Let's just ult, get out of there. You can see I've got my blink ready, but I'm going to head over to actually help out our Raw. You know, I've got my mana potion going, so we should be able to, you know, get some health back or get some mana back and be able to really push this advantage with Raw's heals. Oh, you see how much that heals up? Oh, it's so nice. We're able to stun Kuzumbo inside of that ring. Take him out. And again, guys, you can see he is definitely putting on items to become much stronger. I was able to just two-shot him just a few minutes ago, and you know that's 2 times now that we've got 2 major damage dealers on him, and you know he's withstanding a lot of that damage. So push that advantage is absolutely huge. Now I blink right when Nizal blinks. Oh, that was a great blink on his part. But you know, hey, he ends up getting out. I'm not exactly sure why Kronos used his ult there. I'm sure that was a misclick, and, you know, it's what it is. I've got to head over. Oh, we weren't able to save Achilles. Look at that damage. Oh, man. And then Nizal's here. Oh, come on, Nizal. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and just back right here. I'm out of mana. Well, let's just get out of this. Let's heal up, and let's come back fresh. You know, I've got 5,000 gold. Let's go ahead and get some potions online and really start doing some work. Look at that. I got 2 of the damage potions up. This is gonna hurt, guys. Now, I end up heading over to our solo lane, you know, thanks to that Giannis portal. That was great. And we're going to be able to head over to Kuzumbo. I'm not exactly sure. I thought I hit him, but I guess I didn't. And then, he's tricky. He's tricky. Yeah, but you can see we are doing damage to him. And again, guys, you know, I've talked about this several times. He is catching up to us. You know, he's almost at that farm point where I'm not going to be able to kill him. And that's because we're not grouping together and pushing a lane, getting a Phoenix down, you know, everything like that. We've taken so long to make those type of plays happen that, you know, it's definitely hurting us. But we've got Fire Giant down. We've got 2 Phoenixes down. This is going to be easy peasy. But, you know, it's just this game has lasted much longer than it really needed to, especially with me having 32 kills alone. You know, this game has just lasted an insane amount of time for our team being almost double the enemy score. And look at that gold advantage. We're 16,000 gold ahead. You know, that's crazy. But we're making it happen, guys, and we finally got the enemy team down. And since they're all, or most of them, are level 20, you know, this is going to be it. I'm gonna just wait to take out this last Phoenix. That way, Winions take it out if we all die for whatever reason. But let's go ahead, get that taken out. Nizaz's here. Oh, I was trying to grab him before he could ult, but we're just gonna wait till he shows up and hopefully be able to take him out. That stun, though. Oh, what a great stun. I'm gonna go ult across, take out Chronos. Oh, man, there's a team wipe. This game, great job on my team's part. This was a really fun match. So many kills, so many kills. But guys, I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, let me know what y'all think about the new mask, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.